Hey, Jeff, how did the scissors come out? Or the pinking shears? Did they work? Yay, clipper blade. Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. Well, cool. I'm glad it worked out for you. Oh, man. Trying to get this stuff done before it gets too hot. It's already 89 in the shop. Hey, Bill. It's going to be a brutal day. All of these clipper blades were all rusted up, so it took me forever to clean them. They're all pitted. Good grind. Were you watching some other video while you're watching me? So I did a video the other day about these new magnets. So hopefully somebody will come back and watch this video. But what's really nice about these magnets is the way he stair steps it. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. So this is the magnet I've been using for years that I felt really comfortable with. It's just the old horseshoe magnet. And I put the grip tape on top of it. The problem with these magnets are they don't last. The magnetism wears off on and they start slipping on the blades. So shouldn't keep them on there anyway. So I need to put these back there. I do like that magnet, but I really like the ones from Mitch at the shop. I got another short video that I produced about these, and I haven't uploaded it yet. But yeah, I really like these magnets from the shop. They're really good control. I've got really good downward pressure, and my grinds look good. And these are rare earth magnets. Man, that thing just holds. It does not slip on that magnet. And I'll give you an idea. Watch this. This one works pretty good, but it's still, see how easy it is to slide on there? And so when I'm hitting that plate, that magnet moves up and down. This one, because of the stair step and everything, it does not move. That thing is tight. So if you guys are doing manual sharpening with a Nebraska blade machine, these are well worth the money. They're fantastic, aren't they, Jeff? So Chris up there in Montana bought the brand new machine and met with Mitch last week, I think. He drove from from Montana to Idaho to get the machine. I see the pattern on this cutter. Yeah, I run it about 50%, Jeff. I've tried faster, and actually, I probably could do it faster now because of these magnets. I didn't like the control issues at higher speed. I hate to change anything from my process, Every time I change something, I lose getting the blades to cut right. So that took me 16 passes to get the grind right on this. But I have a perfect tooth across there. No circle either way. It's just the teeth. And I'm well over 1,100 blades on that side of the plate, and it's still grinded perfect. air compressor. I consider a set both the comb and cutter. So so I do 6 at a time on a charge. Does that make sense? So anyway, I've got really nice teeth all the way across, and right here it stops. So that's probably my pressure. And I think I told you guys I sharpen better in the mornings on clipper blades than I do in the evenings. So my process is I come down on the plate and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, stop, count to 3, lift up. And that should show you my little tools here. So when I first started, I measured every cutter. I've got a spreadsheet somewhere of me going through the process and measuring the cutter, how much material I took off for how many strokes, for a charge. And so an eight strokes takes about 2/1000ths of an inch off of a cutter or a comb, which it should take the same amount on a cutter too. That's me. That's my downward pressure, stroke speed, using 180 grit, if that makes sense. So I did 8 strokes. I'm going to go to my plate, my rub block, and I'm going to rub and see what it looks like. And it looks good. I've got a nice burnish across the blades. Now that doesn't guarantee it's going to cut right. And I'm also looking at the spark pattern too. I'm watching that spark pattern. It sparks on the outside of the blade, and then all of a sudden you'll see that spark be consistent all the way across that plate. And you know you're getting a good grind at that point. Or you hope you are. So that looks good. I got a really nice grind across that. Okay, so on my spark pattern here, when I came across the plate, eight stuff, I still had a gap right here. There was a gap here on this blade on the spark pattern. So we're going to do the rub on here. So I'm going to see what it looks like. Even though my spark pattern wasn't perfect or like I want it, so right there, so same thing. I've got a nice burnish, and I'm stopped right here. There's no burnish here. So where that gap in that spark pattern was is exactly where the burnish is not on doing the rub block. I'm not saying that very well, but so I need to go back to the plate. So it's kind of all these little things you're looking for kind of come together when you see, when you analyze all the data when you're sharpening clipper blades. Okay, my spark pattern looked good. I had a consistent spark pattern all the way across. Is this making sense to anybody? Now I got burnish across every tooth. And if you notice, I pause a little bit between going back and forth to the plate because of the heat builds up on the blade. You want to let that heat dissipate before you go back to the plate. Mitch has a video on that, how much it expands, that metal expands. What's funny is the cutter did the same thing. When I had the spark pattern, came in, I still had a little hole in that spark pattern right here. I don't know if any of this is helpful to you guys or not. See, I got the same kind of thing. I got a little hole in the grind. And like I said, all of these were rusted. They were all rusted. Every blade was rusted together. So I had to clean them up really well. Does that make a difference in when we're grinding? Yeah, I assume so. I don't have any scientific evidence of it, but so now I got a nice even burnish on all those teeth. I mean, it's straight across. This has got some junk in it. Find my brush. Did I tell you my ultrasonic cleaner died? Brand new one. Just had it a few months. So I've got some pitting on this blade, so I know it's going to take more grinding. So let it cool off. Yeah, no. I never could get the on and off switch to work on that one, Jeff. I bought a new switch and I still could never get it to come on and off. So I just threw that in the trash. But the switch broke, the new one that I brought, the on and off switch broke. I'm just going to try to wire it where it's on all the time, or at least the power's on all the time. I'm not going to worry about the switch. Because the switches keep breaking. Hey, I sent all those old controllers back to the importer in LA. So he should have got them the other day. But you know, the last controller on the AMK 76 is still working great. They sent me a brand new motor and everything, and I haven't had to switch it out yet. So maybe they got the controller issue fixed. I don't know. But I wish VBOR would get their ultrasonic cleaner fixed, a decent on and off switch. Yeah, it's a toggle switch. It's one of those cheap toggle switches that's twice on that's broke. I contacted VBOR. They would give me $36 back on it. They didn't want it back. Need a little more grinding on this one. Oh man. So my plate, my abrasive on my plate is getting very thin, so it's going to take a little bit more to get these last two. That looks good. All right, so I got one more cutter, one more comb. Then we will assemble and test. But my abrasive is thin. Lots of pitting on this one. So I know I got to go back. Still got a little something right there. I'm going to go a little more. After about 6 blades, I've done 7. This is the 7th blade in this batch. So that abrasive is very thin on the plate. And so instead of taking 1,000 or 2,000ths of an inch off of it, it's probably taking a 0.5 But I'm not going to recharge. That looks good. I know I'm going to have to go back on this one. This has got a lot of pits on it. Yep. I got no burnish on that. We just haven't taken enough material. I can see the burrs. You can see, if you look close enough on the blade and the cutter, you look at that edge, you can see the burr. You can see where the burr is missing too. And now I got a nice even burnish across all the teeth. All right, so we got those done. We hope. We hope we have them done. Yes, I'm self-taught on clipper blades. We're not the salon shear guy that I work with, John Kuipers. He's in Jupiter, Florida. He's the one that taught me shears. I went out to Florida for 3 days, spent 3 days with John out in Florida learning shears. Thank God I did. But he didn't do clipper blades, and he still doesn't do clipper blades. He hates clipper blades with a passion. He doesn't want to do them, and so he's not going to do them. So I wasn't going to go, and there wasn't anybody not anybody close to Texas that taught clipper blades, and so I just decided I was going to try to learn it myself. I watched all the videos from the Edge Pro and watched other videos. And I called people, like I called Jeff Andrews. He's with Northern Tales in Arkansas. Good guy. He's probably the best dog grooming sharpener in the country. And he owned grooming shops too, so he knows his stuff. Anytime I have any questions about anything to do with sharpening clipper blades or any specific issues about grooming shears or stuff, I call Jeff Andrews. And why do I have, oh, okay. I'm like, why do I have a extra piece there? Oh, I'm way off. What the heck? What the heck? I don't know what I was doing there. I got me a new screwdriver coming. Oh man, oh man, oh man. So I got a bunch of knives to do. I did some pizza cutters this morning. Did 5 or 6 pizza wheels. and I need a new screwdriver. This one's about worn out. It's pretty chewed up at the tip. So I got another one. I got one on order from Amazon, a Japanese industrial standard one. They're not cheap, and I wanted a stubby. May be a little light on the pressure. So sometimes I'll take these apart, sometimes I won't, but I want to show you guys this little device here. If you're doing clipper blades, I don't like to do this. I like to adjust the spring tension before I put them together, but I've already got it put together and I got it aligned. The alignment's perfect. So what I'm going to do is, and this little device here, this is from Ray Pope. He's the one that gave me this idea. He's got a video out there. And watch this. It'll hold it in place. So now my clipper blade's in place. Now I want to push out my cutter. Okay. You see I got a little gap there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. There's a gap. And so I created two different tools to use. If I can find it. I found one of them, but I found the other one. There's the other one. Okay. So if I want to increase the tension and decrease that space between the spring and the comb, do one of two things. Here I created a slotted screwdriver, and I'll go in there and I'll just give it a little tension, turn it around this way, little tension, and now I've closed that gap up on that spring. So now what I'll do is I also created a little screwdriver. Because it's going to be harder to get the cutter in now, I'm just going to get a screwdriver and lift it just slightly. Don't take a bunch of pressure off of it. There's my little tool. Now I'm going to go back to my spring tension, and it's perfect. So that's how you adjust the spring tension on these when they're already put together. But if you guys seen it in my other videos, I try to increase that spring tension when I disassemble. But since these were all rusted together, I couldn't test the spring tension accurately on them. Anyway, there's a little tip. So those are my two little tools. I have an Allen wrench that I notched out. I like the screwdriver better, got more control. Does that make sense? I hope y'all figured that out. That's pretty cool. So this is just one of those clamps, and I put it on a 2x4. And it's great to hold those together. It was not my idea. It was Ray Pope's idea. So I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. Hey, Captain Jimmy. You're going to want to go back and watch this video from the beginning. There was some good information I shared on this video, Jimmy. Y'all make sure y'all check out Captain Jimmy's YouTube channel. He's getting some videos rolling there, and he just got himself a Hirato flat hone and a clipper blade machine in the last week or so. He and I are going to do some training when it gets cooler. It's too freaking hot right now. So I think, was it yesterday or day before, I was doing a live video and I had to cut it off real quick. I was about to pass out. I literally had to leave. Y'all were gonna, and I was here by myself too. So, hey, if you guys see me, if you see me pass out and drop on the concrete, call 911 because there's nobody here. Well, there is today. My wife is here today, but the other day when I was sharpening out here and had to leave, there was nobody home. I don't think the dogs are going to call 911 on me. She doesn't care. She's laying right there on the floor. If I pass out, maybe she'll come lick me. Appreciate it, Jeff. I'm pretty close to the fire station. It's about 2 miles. I don't know any of them. I know a lot of the police officers, but I don't know any of the firefighters. We have a volunteer firefighters here in our town. You would think as big as our town we'd have. Maybe we have some dedicated ones, but I think it's still volunteer. I know the fire marshal. He was one of my Knights of Columbus brothers. Oh man. So all the knives that I have are from the culinary program at the school. I went and picked them up the other day. So we're going to knock out some of those today. I won't get them all done today, but I'll get a good portion of them. She's in no hurry for them. She said she didn't need them until mid-August when the kids come back. And she didn't send all of them like she did last year. We'll see you, Bill. Yeah, the culinary teacher didn't send them all. Last year, I think I had 250 knives. I don't think there's not even 50 this time. She said she had a bunch of ones that didn't even get used last year. Oh man, you're gonna be locked up for a little while, huh? That's a little tight, but I'm gonna let it run. I'm just gonna let it go. We'll see how it cuts. And if it cuts good, I won't release the pressure on it. Well, if y'all think about some kind of clipper blade sharpening video y'all want, let me know. I started doing the 101, the clipper blade 101 videos and shorts. Nobody watched them. think I'll do a testing video next. Or maybe I'll do spark pattern or something. I don't know. We'll have to come up with something specific for the clipper blades. The problem is there's not a whole lot of clipper blade sharpening videos out there on YouTube. There's a ton of shear sharpening videos, but there's not a ton of the Edge Pro is the only one that's got consistent amounts. All right, we're ready to test. Always let your clippers run a little bit. All right, starting to seat now. I can tell. If you give it a minute, they'll start cutting better. Don't rush into it. Look at that. Dang. Wow. That thing cut like butter, baby. That was sweet. That was catching a little bit there. Let's see if this. All right, starting to cut. It's snagging right there. There we go. All right. So that just shows you. If you wait a little bit, it'll start catching. Well, it's still doing that, isn't it? Let's see. If it's... All right. Yeah, we got an issue with this one. We're gonna set that aside. We'll go back to that one. And I don't know. Was that one of the ones I had an issue with? I didn't pay attention to which was which. Well, that one's catching a little bit too. I don't like that one either. All right, so we'll go back and play with that one. That one's good. This looks good so far. Oh yeah, look at that. That one's cutting good. All right, so we got two failures. All right, so far two failures. Okay. I need to change my drive out on this one. All right, that one's kind of snagging too. Not snagging on both ends. And you know, it could be my clippers too, because the drive is worn and I've been procrastinating on it. Oh, that's cutting good. What's that? All right, that one's good. know what? It may be my drive. All right, looks pretty good. Like butter, baby. Like butter. All right, so we got two bad ones. So let's figure out what's going on with these. That one's loose. I can tell already. So let's fix the tension on it, the spring tension first, and see how it cuts. So the alignment's not that great. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart and start over. So I got my little tool right here. I've showed y'all before how that Tracy Marks of sharpenup123.com, Sharpen Up Oklahoma. Made for me, and I bolted it to the side of the bench. So I just added some spring tension. We're going to try that first before we go back to sharpening it, because it had a good rub pattern. So it may be just spring tension causing that. There's your diagnosis, learning how to diagnose what's happening. Just takes practice. All right, so it's snagging at the ends. It still feels like it's snagging right there. Right at that end. Let it run a little bit here. Let's see what we got. Now, it's still something wrong here. All right, so what do you do when you got a problem with that? It still keeps backing off. Well, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm tired of playing around with it. I don't want to resharpen it. So what I want to do is trying to find my blades. I'm going to switch out the blades on it. That's a fine blade too. I guess I don't have any coarse blades. All right, so we're gonna have to order some from the Edge Pro or Fort Worth Shaver. If you need cutters or parts, those are the two places to support. All right, I'm gonna resharpen this. I got to try something. Man, I don't know. I just don't have a good rub pattern on this. Let me find a blade, a new blade. Oh, let me find an old blade. There's a number 10 right there. And it's broken, so I can use the cutter out of it. Let's try that. I want to save the parts. So that's another thing, guys. Ask your dog groomers to save old blades for you. Throw them in a bucket because you'll need them. So this one, you can see it's broken. That can go in the garbage. You can't use that again. But the cutter is fine, and the hardware is fine. Just throw it over there. All right, I got to go clean this up real quick. All right, so now I got to sharpen it. And sometimes it just takes switching out a cutter to get the whole thing, the blade to cut right. So this is the old cutter. And I won't throw that away either because it might work on another blade. Now I got a nice pattern across that now. Crazy, man, it's crazy. Oh, let me demagnetize it, deburr it. All right, we've almost been an hour. This was a long video. Oh, shoot. This one's frustrating the hell out of me. Oh, we still got the machine running over here. We're going to probably have to resharpen that one, switch the cutter out of it. Man, it's awful tight. All right, don't piss me off now. Oh, wow. So there's a situation where just changing out the cutter made a huge difference. Look at that. Man, like butter. Look at that. Just cut through that like crazy. There's a situation why I hate sharpening clipper blades, how much time it takes diagnosing a problem. All right, where's this other one at? See, I think this is loose too. We're going to speed this up. I'm just adding a little tension. I want this done. So maybe it's just straight spring tension. It is not. It's catching. All right, so we're gonna resharpen this one. I don't know what else to do. I may have to switch out the cutter. Let's just see what. Let's see if we can get a. It kind of moved on me. I'm going to go ahead and resharpen the comb also while I'm here. All right, I'm hoping that's it. I'm hoping that's the problem. We'll get this wrapped up. I got more clipper blades coming in this afternoon. Greasy hands. Well, I appreciate y'all watching, keeping me company. It's going to cut. It's going to cut. It's going to cut properly. All right, let's let it run a little bit. Our test string. Ooh, wow. It's still catching right there. All right, this is frustrating. All right, I gotta find a new cutter. We'll look through my box again. We're gonna put a brand new cutter on this one. Get rid of that one. Use my little screwdriver, my modified screwdriver. It's still pretty oily. All right, so this is a brand new cutter. I did find one in the box. There you go. That just pisses me off. So sometimes it just takes getting a new cutter. All right, so we'll keep the other one. Throw it over there on our pile. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all have a great day wherever you're at. If you come back If you watch this video after the fact, make sure you put some comments that you watched it after the fact. And didn't, obviously, this was a live stream. But anyway, you guys take care. Stay cool wherever you're at.